Yeah, well, without further ado, we want to welcome on a special guest, a dear friend of mine, dear friend of the club, the host of Summerfest 2022, which I'll never forget because it was the first summer that we started doing shows here at our new home. And he's helped me with countless comics, bookings, not just here, but also in Florida and other satellite shows. Please welcome Kunal Arora.
Ah.
Hey, thank you. I'm going to tell you right now, I've never been so annoyed to find out I didn't win the $1 billion.
Sorry to break it to you, buddy. I apologize. That's my fault.
This is so, I mean, it's bad enough it's 9 a.m., but now I find out this, I got to continue working.
Yep, you got to come to do the show on Sunday.
Oh, no.
That was his out.
Yeah. Wait, buddy. So you're saying your life would change a little bit?
Are you kidding me? My phone gets thrown in the ocean, and I never need to talk to a man named SoulJoel ever again.
Well, I didn't think that both those things would happen in that order, but okay.
As we were setting it up, I would have been saying the Powerball winner won, and then you would have heard a plop in the background. Yeah. It just would have been, if it would have been New York, as Kunal would have won.
Yeah.
As soon as you said, let's go, you said there's a Powerball winner, and I'm going, yeah, it's in my bag. I played. I know I won. It's definitely me. I'm just sitting here like a fool entertaining this foolish interview. And then you go left coast, and I go, what did I do to deserve this life?
Why did I wake up early for this? Oh,
this is
Joel.
a hell of my own design. But how you guys doing?
Oh, we're good, man. And so many people have loved you. They've actually become fans of yours and now gone to other places, other venues, other cities to come see you. But last June when you headlined, I forget how much time you did, but I don't think you told one joke. You ripped on me. You ripped on the venue, the audience. I mean,
yeah,
it's a hot box.
I think, yeah, thank you. I mean, well, the club in itself is it's pretty awesome. I mean, everything about it, the way that it's structured makes for a comic to have the most fun, which is already a great thing to, And then second, you don't need to chase Joel for the money, which is always a good feeling too, So there's that. But then, it's just, it breeds that kind of environment where you just want to talk and have a good time. And you're not trying to be funny, but you just be funny, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm. No, for sure, man. And
yeah.
What do you have you ever noticed the evolution of Joel before a show? Has it changed at all? Do I still come across as a maniac?
I mean, you still dress like one, but that's.
Please elaborate on that. I'd like to hear more about.
I mean, outside of SoulJoel merch, which is good. It's good stuff. Joel has the worst dress shirts when he tries to wear one. It's these weird prints that don't make any sense, and he's just and he comes up and he's like, "Do I look good?" And I go, "You can't say no because it's 4 seconds to showtime."
And you don't want to be this is the first time you have to chase money.
Yeah, right.
You don't want to make him go.
All of a sudden, you're just disappeared into your venue, which you could easily do. It's a big space, but yeah, it's that, man. The venue itself is pretty dope, and I don't know. I can't believe that I somehow managed to build a fan base in central Pennsylvania, of all places, first.
Yeah.
But what's good is that when I do go out there, I try to keep it as fresh as possible, and it's not hard because you're just having such a good time.
Yeah, no, thank you, man. And
of course.
Even guys like a Lingon that you brought here. I mean, so many people that we brought new people into the fan base, and they all have the same. We just talked about Friday the 13th and jinxing things. You've actually told other comics, Sean Donnelly and a couple other guys, that you're going to enjoy it, and then you're like, oh, let this be the one time that there's not a good show. But you always tell me that you're happy to hear them report back.
Yeah, no, at first I was thought that maybe I am jinxing it, but then now I'm just if you don't have a good time there, that's on you, buddy. You stink.
So you got to spend a whole summer here hosting Summerfest.
Yeah.
What was it like for you to spend a whole summer here in Pennsylvania?
So The option was either spend the entire month out, like we're talking 30 days out there, and then, or the option was to come back every weekend. And I had to choose every weekend. I can't work it. I can't work out with Joel every morning. I'd be like, what is this life that I've done, you know? So it was good. It was a good, I grew up in Queens, you know, so I'm not used to, I don't know what a small town situation is like, you know, it's vastly different. Like people get in their cars. It's you know, people wave hello to each other. Nobody in Queens waves hello to you. You wave hello to somebody, there's a mugging that's going to happen. One way or the other. Either I'm getting mugged or I'm doing the mugging. And it's scary either way. But people in Pottstown, they're just like, they give each other the nod. They go, how's it going? There was a guy who was like on the front of his porch, and he'd always wave to me, and I'd be like, this guy is begging for a home invasion. But it's like, you know, it was nice. It's beautiful. It's how people should be, you know? Like, I grew up in Queens. I'm still in New York City, but I grew up here, and it's just like nobody makes eye contact with each other. Nobody's like, people are just sticking to their business, you know? So it's a nice change of pace.
So it's how it should be, but you can only deal with it for the weekends.
Oh, absolutely. I can't do that. Are you kidding me? It's gross too. All right. It's way too much niceness as well. All right. That's why you have sweet things as a treat. You know, you don't do this regularly. It's disgusting. You get yourself diabetes. I can't handle this kind of stuff. Before you know it, I'm the guy on the front of like my hotel room. Hey, how's it going, neighbor? Please. No.
It's just where you're living now.
Yeah. I don't want that. I'd rather a prostitute stab me in the neck and just leave me to die in whatever hotel I'm left in.
Now, did you get any go birds while you were here? Because that is a pretty popular greeting and also a goodbye for people. In fact, Joel will drop it on people sometimes if he thinks the Eagles might be playing on a certain day.
Right. I think I'm trying to think about the one time I might have gotten a couple go. I think it maybe was hosting for Aunt Mary Pat.
Oh yeah.
I think that's yeah. They're big on that. It's like, yeah, I'm not. Fortunately, I think I don't draw those kinds of people whenever I do headline at the club, which is great. Because it's just like, well, I'm not going to be able to help you with this kind of situation. Like, I'm not a football guy. I'm not a sports dude at all. And it's like, you forget how big of a sports town Philly is, and then you read the crime blotter, and you're like, oh, yeah.
Kunal, we got to talk about the how we met, because I don't think Mike knows the story. We're at Gotham Comedy Club. We're doing a show for Kevin Israel. You had just were hanging out with was it the producer or the casting director, the guy that ran those the commercial that you were just in?
Yes, yeah, I had done these series of commercials called what were they called? It was the Unmovers. That's what it was.
Yeah.
Right. So it's like so me and this guy were grabbing dinner, and you know, I used to drink back then, and we were tying one on, you know, just getting in there, and he goes, "Don't you have a show?" And I go, "Yeah, it should be fine." I show up to this show downstairs Gotham, and those are mostly produced shows. So I walk in, and there's 8 people, I think, in the crowd, and 6 of them came for me. And don't get me wrong, that's a rare occurrence. Yeah. When I bring a majority of the audience.
Well, so he's being a little facetious. There was probably 24. But 6 of them.
I don't know about that, Joe. I think you're being a little facetious.
All right.
Let's meet in the middle and say 14.
Yeah. So go ahead. So you knew 6 of them.
All right. Yeah, let's lie for the sake of an argument not starting at 9 in the morning.
All right. So 6 of them you knew, and then there was 2 guys by the stage.
Yes. Right. So I get on stage, and I'm pretty buzzed and angry.
Oh, no. It happened before this. You came up to me backstage and go, "Has anybody talked about the 2 guys by the stage that both have Soul shirts?" And I go, "Nope," because I knew what was going to happen. And you're like, "Got it." And then you go on stage.
This should give you an idea as to how drunk I was. I don't even remember most of the story.
and I didn't know that. Like I didn't think that you. I thought you were sober. I thought this was just who you were.
Oh yeah.
By the way,
Having
nobody
bruise
wants
on
to
my
hear.
breath.
I thought you were sober. You're. I thought you were just like that.
Yeah. Oh, because he went in.
Okay.
So I asked because it's just like I don't want to be like the fifth guy that does it. I always find that to be kind of like frustrating when like a comic will like repeat the same crowd work or repeat what had occurred. I'm the kind of guy who wants to like know what's happening before I get on stage. So and he goes, no, nobody addressed that. And I was like, I should have thought something of it. But then I was like, whatever. This guy, he probably, who knows who the hell this dude is, sitting here in this poor dress shirt that he's also wearing. I'm like, fine. So I get up and I start ripping into these guys. I start going at these guys because the other 6 people are my friends, you know? So I'm not going to go after them. It seems weird. So I start going after them. I'm going after these because they both have shirts that just say Soul on it. Does the back say Joel, or what was it? What was the early version of the SoulJoel shirt?
Your ticket to laughter. Go to SoulJoels.com for tickets.
I can't believe those weren't flying off the shelves.
Yeah.
Making your friends dress like giant bumper stickers, but okay. Are we still going to sit here and say there were 14 people with this kind of merch?
No, but you did say you're like so you ripped into it and then said, Joel, these are your shirts? I had no idea. You're like, how many did you sell? And I think I said at the time, I'm like, 70? You're like, there's 70 people walking around with these awful shirts.
Yeah, man. These are the kind of shirts that they look like they airdropped after a team loses.
Like you see in a Sally Summers or whatever. Damn it, I screwed it up. Never mind.
Yeah. Whatever. The losing
it's
Super
like
Bowl.
if the Giants lose, you see a bunch of these New York Giants World Championship shirts just airdropped into the Somalia.
Yes.
And you're like, wait a minute, I didn't know the Giants lost in 2000. They won the championship in 2013. Point being, so I start ragging into this guy and the shirts and everything. Turns out this is a production company, and I didn't see that your ticket to laughter. That's why, because like these guys are sitting against the wall, and the way Gotham is structured, if you're sitting against this wall on the side, you can't see what it says on their back.
Right. You only saw the front that said Soul.
I only saw the front that said Soul, and so I ripped into these shirts, and I ripped into this whole idea of a ticketing company that only manages to draw 2 people. So then I do the show, and I mean, not for nothing, I ate it. I fucking ate it. And I think that was the last time. I remember I get off stage, and then what happened there, Joel? Because this is more the blackout probably really took a full effect.
You started talking. You thanked Kevin Israel for the spot. You headlined,
Yes.
obviously, and
Yeah.
you're like, so. By the way, who is Joel? He goes, oh, Joel's the one that manages me and fills half my calendar. And you go,
Yes.
oh, I somehow managed to burn another bridge.
Yes. And then I disappeared into the night, going, oh well.
Yeah. But then we got reconnected later that fall. It was like 6 months later. Mark DeMeo,
Yes.
our mutual good friend, and you're like, listen. He tells me, he goes, listen, he's not just a good friend, but he's a really strong comic. So you came and featured for Mark and blew the roof off, and you and I have been friends ever since.
Absolutely. Yo, shout outs to Mark DeMeo, who is just a man. That guy's great. He's the reason I got the commercials too. So Mark is like a huge deal in my career. He's that maniac. Who would have thought a former cop would actually do some, you know what I mean? Yeah. This is like him doing inner city volunteer work.
And working for the NYPD.
And working for the NYPD. Right, truly. If all cops were like this, I don't think there would have been much of a problem. That's just a sidebar here and there. Whatever. It's irrelevant.
By the way,
and I'm not...
Melinda is in the comments going, wow, you boys are killing it at 9 a.m.
Yeah, it's been a fun conversation. So, but yeah, no, I think that the good thing about when I do go to the club is that that you're not going to see the same show.
Absolutely.
Which is surprising to me, too, to be honest. I don't know how that continues to happen. I ran out of material in Pottstown maybe 7 years ago, so I don't know what's happening. No. I'm teasing. But it generally does. I try to keep it as fresh as possible because, in all seriousness, I really think it's the room. It is something and I hate that Joel has really latched on to the if you build it, they'll come. You know, that scene from, what's that movie? With the baseball
Field of Dreams.
Field of Dreams, yeah.
Right. I can't believe I didn't know that. But, yeah, that's...
Well,
Joel is Pottstown's James Earl Jones.
Yes.
He certainly is when you look at him and see the sizing.
Yeah. Oh, you thought he was going to make a right? Kunal made a sharp left.
Yeah. You guys, you do have, like, even though you're in your early 40s, you do carry yourself like a black man in his late 50s.
Producer Jaden is writing down these all for sound bites after sound bite after sound. This has been nothing but an interview clippable clip.
Fantastic. And let me wrap this up in a nice way to keep it good and keep it solid, and also I can go back to bed. Listen. For the people that are listening out there, all right, there's a lot of things happening in the news in the world. It's all pretty unpleasant, all right? And this is going to be my political take about what's happening in Israel and Palestine and all that stuff. The one thing that I think both these sides can agree is seeing me Sunday at SoulJoel and Pottstown.
We can't wait, man. It's going to be a lot of fun. Thanks for taking the time. Go to SoulJoels.com, not only for your ticket to laughter, but your ticket to Sunday.
That's right.
Kill me.
Thank you. Thank you guys so much. It was great chatting with you boys.
All right.
Have a good one, all right?
I'll talk to you in a little bit.
Thanks, man. Bye-bye.
Take care.
All right, there you go. That was fun.
Buddy, when you set me up or I set you up, you kind of see where it's going, and I'm like, oh. Yeah, no, Joel does carry himself like a black man in his late 70s.
Yeah. I didn't see that one coming. I did not see that one coming, but that was a lot of fun. Come on out and see Kunal this coming Sunday at SoulJoel, SoulJoels.com. What time's that show again?
That show's at 8, so we specifically made it 8 o'clock, so it's after the Birds game.
Yep, Eagles play at 4. They take on the Jets on Sunday. They should have that hopefully wrapped up by the end of the third quarter, so plenty of time for you to come on out here and enjoy some fun at SoulJoel's at SunnyBrook, and that's also in the Melody Room?
Yes.
Or as he called it, the Hot Box.
The Hot Box, yeah.
The Hot Box. So go ahead and check that.
By the way, I'm going clothes shopping tomorrow.
I like that. I think you look great.
Yeah.
I think you look great.
With
I haven't
designs and shirts that don't make sense. That one hit. That one hit home and hurts.
I haven't seen that shirt yet. I don't think. I have not seen that shirt.
Dude, I don't think he was talking about one shirt. I think he was talking about all my shirts.
I feel like I've only ever seen you though since I've been here in plain dress shirts. I've not seen a lot of designs.
Oh yeah.
On the dress shirts. Do you have any idea of the dress shirts that Kunal was referencing?
I do. They're all plaid, but it's the really thin stripes, I think.
Yeah, probably.
And I realized he couldn't hear me, but I was going to be like, yeah, you don't want to make him go out to his car a third time to change.
Yes, that is true. Putting on my dress shirt, making eye contact with the bride and groom, going, everything working out okay? How'd the dress rehearsal go? We still getting married here tomorrow?